step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning, you magical people. Welcome to Friday. My name is Raul Demonia, and of course, happy day 29 of the lockdown. And I'm sure that the whole of South Africa was glued to their screens last night as the president updated us on the next steps in the fight against the virus. And now there are still many details to be released, but it looks like South Africa is heading for level 4 lockdown from next Friday, which means that certain activity will be allowed to resume under strict regulations. And now we'll have to wait to hear all of the finer details, but the president did make mention of exercise and that it will be allowed to train within certain restrictions. But for now, don't worry, Expresso has you covered with some home workout tips and of course delicious cooking inspirations. And now, as usual, we're always wanting to chat to you guys and find out how you're doing. And this morning on the show, we're wanting to see what your thoughts were exactly on the president's speech last night. Now, of course, for me, you can imagine how excited I am to find out that there is in fact light at the end of the tunnel and we are going to exercise. But as usual, we want to find out what your thoughts were. So make sure you tag us on the Expresso Show using that hashtag Expresso Show on all our social media channels. And remember to stay tuned for a lot of magic to come on the show. But first, it's over to the news with Kushle Adams.
A very good morning to you, team. A good morning to you, South Africa. It's time for us to have the first look at our news headlines, starting off with our national news. In his address to the nation last night, President Cyril Ramaphosa announced 5 levels to ease the current lockdown. Different parts of the country may be at different levels simultaneously. He called it a phased resumption of economic activity. He said the country will move from level 5 lockdown, which it is currently under, to level 4 from the 1st of May. Businesses that are permitted to resume operations will be required to do so in a phased manner, and the range of goods that may be sold will be extended. More information will be made available in the next week. Some other rules under level 4 lockdown include that the sale of cigarettes will now be permitted and people can perform physical exercises under strict conditions. All gatherings, apart from funerals and for work, remain prohibited. Bars, shebeens and entertainment venues remain closed, and religious and sporting events are still suspended. The public is encouraged to stay at home other than for essential personal movement, but the elderly must remain at home. Borders stay closed to international travel, and no casual travel will be allowed between provinces. On to international news. A further 4.4 million Americans sought unemployment benefits last week as the economic toll from the coronavirus pandemic continued to mount. This brings the total number of jobless claims since mid-March to 26.4 million. The U.S. now has some 856,000 positive cases, with the death toll standing at more than 48,000. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump yesterday signed an executive order to temporarily suspend the approval of some green cards. He said it's to ensure that unemployed Americans will be first in line for jobs as the economy reopens. Unarmed Madagascar soldiers went door to door in the capital of Madagascar yesterday, handing out sachets of a local herbal tea touted by President Andry Rajoelina as a powerful remedy against COVID-19. Baptized COVID Organics, the tonic is derived from Artemisia, a plant with proven efficacy in treating malaria, as well as other indigenous herbs. Rajoelina has said that the herbal tea that gives results in 7 days can change the history of the entire world. Mainstream scientists have warned of the potential risk from untested herbal brews. And now, how the World Health Organization rates South Africa's COVID-19 battle. A top official of the World Health Organization yesterday praised South Africa for slowing the spread of the pandemic through a strict lockdown and medical rollouts. Dr. Mike Ryan spent some time praising South African officials on global TV. During the media briefing, he commended all the actions taken by President Cyril Ramaphosa. The Irish former trauma surgeon and epidemiologist specializing in infectious disease and public health commended South Africa for the manner in which the country is bringing the disease under control. He said in many ways, South Africa is showing the way by its strategy based on preparation, primary prevention, lockdown and enhanced surveillance. All the more reason to adhere to the rules and regulations that come with the national lockdown. Taking a quick glimpse into the world of entertainment, social distancing and lockdown have changed many aspects of our lives, and that includes love and dating. Following much media speculation about a rumored relationship, American actress and comedian Tiffany Haddish went on a virtual date with rapper and actor Common, and they did so via the dating app Bumble's video messaging feature, making the most of their time in isolation by spending it together. The cute virtual date included Haddish getting a special delivery of flowers while they both ordered food so they could eat together while watching local series Queen Sono in their own homes. The pair teamed up with Bumble for a good cause, giving $50,000 to the hospitality industry through the app's community grants program. They wrapped the date with some virtual dancing and a sweet farewell. That's your 7 o'clock news headlines. Right now, it's time to have the first look at the weather. We've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. Dr. Arle Tlabe, who practices at the Galafong Hospital, sent us this gorgeous picture showing off the beauty of a sunrise in Pretoria. Pretoria can expect sunny to partly cloudy conditions today with a maximum temperature of 25 degrees. Thank you so much, Dr. Letlabe, and all other essential workers who have been working tirelessly during this time. Malcolm van der Merwe sent us this beautiful sunrise picture where we can see the stunning hues of yellow filling the sky all the way in his hometown Piketberg in the Western Cape. Piketberg can expect morning showers, and the rest of the day will be cloudy with a high of 27 degrees. Thank you for your sunrise pictures, Dr. Letlabe and Malcolm. Have a fantastic weekend. Now, most of the country can expect cool and cloudy conditions today, but the South African Weather Service has warned of severe thunderstorms over parts of the Northern Cape and the Free State. A light northeasterly breeze of 9 kilometers an hour can be expected for Polokwane at a low of 10 degrees and a high of 24. Bombela, it's a partly cloudy day at a minimum of 15, reaching a maximum of 27 degrees. Pretoria, 12-25. Hazy sunshine for Johannesburg at a maximum of 23 and a minimum of 12. It's a partly cloudy day in Mahikeng at a low of 12 degrees, reaching a high of 26. Klerksdorp, your temperatures range between 14 and 26. Partly sunny for Kimberley at a maximum temperature of 26 and a minimum of 13. Afternoon thunderstorms for Bloemfontein at a low of 9 degrees, reaching a high of 24. Occasional showers for Richards Bay at 19 as the low temperature and 29 as the highest temperature for the day. Pietermaritzburg 15-25. Humid conditions for Durban at a low of 21, reaching a high of 27. Isolated showers for Mthatha at a minimum of 12 degrees, reaching a maximum of 21. It's also a rainy day in East London at a low of 15, reaching a high of 21. Morning showers for Cradock at 11. Peaking at 23 today. Port Elizabeth, it's a cloudy day at a minimum temperature of 14, reaching a maximum of 21. Partly cloudy for George, 13-21. A couple of showers, thunderstorms rather, for Sutherland at a minimum of 8, reaching a maximum of 20. Cape Town, 15-21. A light westerly breeze of 7 kilometers an hour can be expected for Worcester at 14 as the minimum, and the maximum is 24. And Uppington, it's a partly cloudy day with a low of 14 and reaching a maximum of 29. Now remember, whichever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a fantastic Friday morning.
Pharmadynamics, effective, affordable healthcare.
Now, last night's address from President Cyril Ramaphosa confirmed that the strictest phase of lockdown for South Africa will be relaxed come Friday, the 1st of May. This, however, is not the time for us to relax our precautions. Now more than ever, we need to stick to the guidelines and regulations that will prevent a further and rampant spread of COVID-19 across the country. So let us take heed to his words. This is a crucial moment in our struggle against the coronavirus. It is a time for caution. It is a time to act responsibly. It is a time for patience. And now I absolutely love that one. It's a time for caution, a time to act responsibly, and it is a time for patience. Clear, cut, simple, to the point. I think it's so encouraging that we are certainly going to get to the end of the tunnel. We can already see the light, and I think it's just important that we heed these 3 specific points very diligently, and I think this is exactly what's going to get us through this pandemic. But thank you for those words, and thank you for joining us this morning in the show. Lots and lots of more magic to come.
Catch the repeat of Tropical Island of Treasure Curacao, Saturday at 8 p.m. It's a battle for survival as 4 teams become 3.
We know exactly what we need to fight for.
Just when we thought this was hard enough.
Wow.
Push me! Push me! Stop! Get out! Get out! It's gonna be a nightmare.
It's a delicate balance as teams battle their way through challenges to avoid elimination. Catch the repeat of Tropical Island of Treasure Curacao, Saturday at 8 p.m. only on SABC3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Welcome back to it. You're still keeping it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Happy Duke Day, happy Friday. It's also the 24th of April and also the 114th day of the year. And if you are celebrating your birthday today in lockdown, then you also share it with an American pop star, Kelly Clarkson, who turns 38 years old today. Now, if you don't know her, she's an American songwriter, singer, and actress who rose to fame when she won American Idol. And she has sold over 25 million albums and 40 million singles worldwide. She was also the first American female artist to achieve the best-selling holiday album of the year. And she currently hosts the daytime talk show, The Kelly Clarkson Show, and serves as a coach on The Voice. And remember, she used to sing, "Because of you, I'll never stray too far from the sidewalk." Ow!
And also, Shama Josie was on her show. That's where Shama Josie met John Cena. Kiki. Happy birthday to you, Kelly Clarkson. Now, moving on to the real celebrities, and that is you guys watching from home. This one goes out to Balesa. I wish my best friend and sister, Balesa, a happiest 21st birthday. Thank you for being an amazing best friend and a sister from Ulizi. Well, happy birthday to you, Balesa. Mary Ann and Owami are also celebrating their birthdays today. Happy birthday to Mary Ann and Owami. Hope you both have a fantastic day during this lockdown from Elandi. Happy birthday.
Cute. And then we have a 36th birthday to our dearest sister, Anthea Adams. May God bless you abundantly with many more years to come. And this comes from your sisters who love you today, Anthea. Now, Sebastian is also celebrating his 19th birthday. It says, happy 19th birthday to my son, Sebastian. You are the light of my life, and I'm very proud of you. While we can't be together on your special day, I know you are safe and healthy. I love you, and this comes from your mom, Tanya, and grandma, and Kathy as well. So happy birthday to you, Sebastian.
And who else is celebrating their birthday?
Yes, and then we have an 18th lockdown birthday to Delani Naidu. I wish you a year full of love, happiness, and joy. Best wishes from your family for you, Delani, on this day.
And Lianco is celebrating his 6th birthday today. Happy 6th birthday to my son, Lianco. May God bless you more. Your daddy and mommy love you so much. Such a cutie pie, man.
Very cute.
Happy birthday to you. Tony's also celebrating his birthday, looking all dapper in that suit, sir. I want to wish my son, Tony, a.k.a. TJ, a happy 18th birthday. May God bless you and grant you with all your wishes. We love you. Keep safe from your parents.
And then it's Jude's birthday. Hey, Jude. Happy first birthday to our baby boy, Jude. May the Lord continue to bless you and shine his light upon you. You are such a joy in our lives. We love you dearly. And this comes from Mommy, Daddy, your big brother, Seth, Nan, and Pa. Oh, so cute. Keep them going, keep them flowing. And of course, if you'd like to send your loved one a birthday message, send it to maybe a 15-second video to 071 640 6551, or email us at email your wishes to birthdays@cordova.tv. But if you are celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday. But maybe you want to get into some fitness with Raldo Moni himself.
It's time to get up off the couch and get that blood flowing now. South Africa's leading deodorant brand Shield wants you to get up and get active, and of course, #move more at home. So every Friday, courtesy of Shield, we get an exclusive training session with one of South Africa's hottest and best fitness trainers, just to give you that confidence to get you moving at home. And this morning, we are being served a first-class fitness session with fitness influencer Juanita Kumalo, and she has 3 workouts for us. So let us see what we are up
Is a
against.
crisscross into a squat. Let me demonstrate to you, and please do 10 of each exercise and repeat them 6 times. Here's the first one. Cross into a squat. 1.
All right, you guys at home, you heard it. You saw it first out here on Expresso Show. So we're getting into the squat position, of course, making sure that our knees don't go over our toes. We're going to try this one at home. Compliments of Juanita, and we are #moving more at home with Shield. So I'm in my squat position. Now we want to kind of climb and jump out of this, but we're not doing the normal squat raise. What we are doing is we're going into a crisscross. So we're crissing and then making sure that we land, good control, not rounding that back, and then doing the same rep. Once again, making sure that you can also crisscross in between each foot. So don't always have the left foot in front. Get that right foot, and you will feel a good stimulation on that medial line as well. So this is a little step up from a jump squat.
Cross squat. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's exercise 1.
And I'm sure you will feel that burn. That's a beautiful one. Let's see what's next on the list.
Exercise number 2, it's a leg exercise. However, those will be particularly targeting your calves. And this is how you do it. It's a squat into a calf raise. Get into a squat position. And once you're comfortable, deep squat, and then raise your calves at a count of 2 in the air and then down again. 1, 2. 1, 2. Remember, give me 10 of these, 6 sets. That's 3.
I love how you make it look so easy. But let us try this out in the studio. So we're getting into a squat position. And anyone that's struggling to understand the mechanics of a squat, make sure you're hinging at the hip. So it's almost like closing a door behind you with those glutes, pushing it back, making sure you don't round the body. So we're getting into that squat position. Okay, right, let's try this out. And now we're going to raise our heels off the ground for 2 seconds. All right, let's do it. Let's lift up. Ooh, feeling a little bit of stability coming into play already. You guys can see I'm losing my balance a bit. And then we go straight back down.
Your quads will go 5, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
You guys at home, keep trying this out. We're going to do another live after the show, so make sure you tune in for that. But we're carrying on with a squat and a calf raise, and I'm telling you, when you hold that calf raise for just 2 seconds, you'll feel an incredible burn on that. So enjoy this one at home. We'll take you through it again later on in the show for the live session. But I can't wait to see what the third exercise is. Woo!
The third exercise that we'll be doing will be targeting your core. So I need you to lie down on your mat, yoga mat, get into a plank position, and going to alternate toe touches. And this is how you do it. Remember, give me 10, 6 sets. Make sure that your back is not in the air and you're not all the way leaning into the ground. Straight body, and then alternate to a touch. 1. Back again. 2. Back again.
So we are getting down into that prone plank position. You guys know I love this stuff. It's got a bit of movement, a bit of flow, and we're using the entire body now. And of course, that core. So in that prone position, we're going to get into that little push-up. Obviously, as always, you guys must never forget, and we're always making sure we're not harming that lower back. So include your core in this exercise specifically. All right, from the push-up position, we're going to try and reach that right hand to touch that toe. Obviously, if you guys are struggling with a little bit of mobility, I'm feeling a stretch in the rear here. So my hamstrings and my glutes are stretching over time, especially when I'm trying to touch that toe just at the end there, feeling a good stretch in my calf. You guys can have a little bit of a bend in the leg, I think, if you are struggling. But of course, try and stay upright in that piked position. I'm feeling my shoulders burning and getting a good stimulation. And obviously, as I'm touching my toe every time, repeating, making sure I don't go too low and harm that lower back. So stay in that plank position, nice and prone. And if we carry on with these.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Do this at home. Tag us and really make sure that you keep fit at home as part of the mandate, and keep safe.
Whew. What a burner. Now, these workouts are a great way to do anything at home, and the best part is you can do this with your entire family. So for more of Juanita's epic workouts, you can visit her Instagram page at wowkumalo, and her videos are the perfect inspiration for you to get up and hashtag move more at home. And of course, feel free to show us your post-workout videos or selfies on our Expresso Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram using the hashtag #MoveMoreAtHome. We would love to hear more from you.
the definition of style and elegance and truly a South African jewel. In 2017, she stole hearts globally as she was crowned Miss Universe 2017. And earlier this year, she became Mrs. Tebow after marrying the love of her life, Tim Tebow. Now joining me on a video call all the way from Florida, USA, is our very own Demi-Lee Tebow. Mora!
Goeiemôre Jamie, dankie, dit is so wonderlik om jou mooi gesig te sien en ja, dankie vir hierdie tyd. Jy het gemaak dat ek gremering aansit en optres in quarantine.
I think your mom is probably screaming at the screen now saying like, listen, sy praat nog Afrikaans.
Natuurlijk. It's partykeer, you just kind of sometimes have to adjust your accent here a little bit because people don't understand when you ask for a banana, it's a banana. And they also don't know what grass is, it's grass. So you kind of have to just adjust so people understand you.
No, we definitely understand you. And it's so amazing to have you with us this morning. Listen, you had an amazing start to the year. You married the love of your life right here in South Africa. And by the looks of it, you look amazing and had such an amazing, honeymoon in the Maldives. We had so much FOMO. How's the married life treating you? Because the glow is real.
Well, to be honest with you, we've been in quarantine for most of our married lives, so it's been great. It's actually been a blessing. I mean, obviously, we've had to adjust a lot of things, and pretty much everything for us has been cancelled too, so just had to adjust. But, just seeing the positive side in things and being grateful to have so much time at our own home with one another and not having to travel. So it's actually just been such a blessing.
What has been like one of the biggest adjustments for now being in quarantine and then being a newly-wed couple?
Well, I had a trip planned to South Africa where I was so excited to see my friends and family again, which of course had to be postponed or cancelled for now. Tim was in the middle of spring training, and that's been postponed until further notice. So, we are just carrying on and staying positive. He's working out really hard for baseball whenever that may start again this year.
Talking about, looking back and reflecting, I want to go back to your wedding day. You looked absolutely breathtaking. Why was it so important for you, to incorporate South African culture in your big day? Because we saw a lot of moments where we were like, okay, we see South Africa in there. So why was that so important for you and for Tim for that day?
Tim tells the story so well. So just after we got engaged, we had a whole big family meeting because my parents and my best friends were here and his family was here. So we all just had one big family meeting, brainstorming on, where and when the wedding would be. And although I was open to other locations, he knew nothing would make me as happy as getting married in our beautiful country, South Africa. And he'd only been to South Africa once before the wedding, so he totally trusted me with everything. And it just was the most beautiful day.
You've moved into your brand new home right in the USA. What is it being like just getting ready for this new chapter?
It's been so fun just getting to have my own little space or my own space in the US and just getting to make it home, getting rid of some of the dark wood man cave things and adding a little bit of florals and pinks here and there. So it's really just been fun getting to have the time to make our house a home.
So tell me also about the new babies. I saw on Instagram that the household grew. It's Paris, Kobe and Chunk. Where did the names for these furry pets come from?
Well, Jamie, I think Chunk is a given. I mean, if you look at him, he is just a little chunky, a billetjie van 'n man. So that's kind of where Chunk got his name. If he can eat and sleep, he's happy. Kobe, we named after the late Kobe Bryant. When we saw Kobe for the first time, he was just such a little winner, just such a little strong guy, and we just fell in love with his spirit and his great personality. And Paris was born the day after our wedding, so we named her after our wedding venue, La Paris. So that's where Paris comes from.
They are just the cutest. I am so in love with them. But although, you know, we have so much to celebrate, we're also facing so much fear and anxiety during this COVID-19 pandemic. How is it affecting you and the family? And also, what's the situation like in the USA right now?
It's not anything that we would compare to normal. The situation obviously, affects everyone in such a drastic way. For myself, like I mentioned earlier, I've had, trips to see family and friends cancelled, or at least postponed, which, you just adapt and try and move on to being focused on what you can do in this time. So for instance, I have set myself a fitness goal.
I saw that!
In the States, they go in yards and feet, so I know we go in meters and centimeters and kilometers. So a cut 300 is basically around 274 meters, and it's 25 yards, 6 times there and back. So it's basically 12 sprints. And I've tried doing it under a minute, and I finally reached my goal about a week ago. So I've set myself a new goal of doing it in 58 seconds. So we'll see how it goes.
Listen, Demi, it is so amazing catching up with you. Just maybe lastly, what message of hope do you have for everyone back home, during these uncertain times?
I would just love to motivate everyone to stay focused on, on what we can do in this time, on setting goals for yourself, on working towards them, on using this time to, think a little bit deeper about things that you would never really have the time to think about or to, work through. So spend this time with family and whoever you're in quarantine with, to building those relationships, because I think that one thing that doesn't change in this time is relationships and being able to communicate. It might be having to be virtually, but relationships are so important, and I would just encourage everyone to keep building them and keep staying close with one another.
Well, we're so glad that we could allow you in our space and you just having this message of positivity for all of us. So thank you so much for waking up early, having a full glam, and sitting down with us on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Have a wonderful day further.
Thank you, Jamie. It was so good to see you too. Bye.
Bye. Well, there you have it, a message of strength from South Africa's sweetheart, Demi Lee Tebow. Demi and Tim, we at Expresso wish you all the best with your married life, and we're hoping that the Tebow household grows even bigger and happier.
Miss Universe 2017 still looking absolutely gorgeous and radiant. Oh my goodness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you look not phased?
I'm kind of hungry, so I'm kind of like, I want to just get cooking.
Oh.
Is it normal that you're so hungry in the morning?
Yes.
Is it normal? Okay, then I'm fine.
But anyways, we have some delicious food inspiration on our menu for today. First up, we decided to start off with Chef Clem's Kitchen Craft series. He's going to teach you how to make a basic sofrito. Sofrito, and how you can use this to make a succulent main sofrito roasted chicken. Chicken is also on promotion in this week's Woolworths Daily Difference. Quality you love for less than you think. Chicken is the Beyonce right now.
It is.
Different vegetables all chopped up.
Okay.
But what is a sofrito? Let's start there.
A sofrito is, I actually don't know where it came from specifically, but what it is a slow cook combination of celery, onions, and carrots. So when you slowly cook it, you release the natural sugars inside these vegetables, and it just becomes like almost umami-fied and intense. Raul and I did a segment yesterday after the show when we spoke about the difference between a good dish and a great dish is seasoning.
Oh.
So what this essentially does is it creates the most concentrated form of like seasoning, it's like richness, and it turns any average stew, curry, pasta into like next level.
It levels it up.
Yeah. What's above Beyonce?
Wow, Michael Jackson.
There.
I don't know what's wrong with him today.
Guys.
But okay, it's what it is. Let's get to cooking.
Let's get cooking. Okay, so what we're gonna do some onion first. Oh, another amazing thing to keep in mind, try and get your onion. Why are you
Oh, no.
Try and get your onion and your celery cut to the same size. That way, they all cook evenly. So if you can imagine if we had some big pieces of carrots, the celery and the onion will cook and your carrots will still be raw.
Fair enough.
Try and get it the same size.
I didn't know you had to be so technical about how you chop your veggies.
Sometimes, but there is another way that you can do this, is what I like to do when I'm in a rush. I add the carrots, celery, and onions to a blender, and I just zzz, give it like a nice, like fine chunk, and then you're gonna cook it down anyway. That's when you're in a rush. I like kind of chopping it because the texture's like nice, we wanna see what you're eating. That's going in.
That's true.
That's gonna start cooking.
I love colors when...
Colors.
I need to see colors.
Exactly, and also for me, like the deeper, like a red or orange, like from the tomatoes and the greens you're using, you know it's gonna be like really, really good. So you'll notice it's not screaming, it's
Not
whispering
yet.
right now. The reason I wanted to whisper, I don't want to caramelize those vegetables. I wanted to slowly cook down and release those sugars.
Do you want them to be soft, to become soft?
I want them to be soft, and that's gonna, the salt's gonna help me get that by drawing out some of that moisture. I want them to be soft, I don't want them to be crispy.
Okay.
Got you.
Got you.
So look, honestly, I wake up in the morning and I'm like so excited to like, besides cooking on the show, like cooking at home, I'm like, for lunch, I'm gonna make this. For dinner, I'm gonna make this. Is that normal?
I mean, it is normal. I enjoy cooking. And not that I'm a cook or anything. I mean, don't quote me on this. But it's also like, therapeutic.
It really is.
It really is therapeutic.
So while you were delivering your intro, I was looking at the chicken thinking, I actually bought a few chickens on Daily Difference. What am I gonna do with it today?
We're cooking them all.
So I forgot, I don't even know what you said in the beginning of the show. I mean, but it's fine.
I was saying that Miss Universe 2017 looks absolutely flawless and
Okay,
it must be that marriage, you know, glow.
Yeah, but did you see the way he cried? That gets you in the soul.
That warmed my heart.
It does, it does.
Wow.
Okay, so let's just talk about the garlic. I don't want to add the garlic the same time as the vegetables.
Why
in
not?
the beginning. The vegetables have to cook down. Garlic has a lot of sugar in it. Have you ever chopped garlic and your fingers are sticky?
Yes.
That's the sugar that's inside there. And that makes this actually burn a lot quicker than your other vegetables. So cook this down and then you add your garlic. So I'm gonna kind of cheat now. Just imagine that's cooked down a bit, okay? So because it's gonna cook for, I say about 45 minutes on a low heat, you can actually leave the garlic just like this and that'll go like super soft and like actually mushy and like mix in with your ingredients.
Yes.
So I like doing that. Just like that. These are nice big cloves of garlic.
They really are. But then why are you not chopping that the same way you chopped your other veggies?
Because these are going to soften a lot quicker than the other veggies.
Okay, noted. Is this chakalaka? What's this?
Chakalaka.
Is it chakalaka?
You know what I'm actually noticing? Chakalaka is actually based also on like your carrots and your onion. Look how
And
close.
beans.
That's what I'm saying. The origins of sofrito, I don't even know because I feel like almost every culture has a version of this.
But then can't you just warm this up and then use it as a sofrito one time?
This guy over here, but this is not sofrito, yeah. So if you wanted to make chakalaka at home, what you would do is you would add your curry spices into your pot with a little bit of oil, then take your sofrito, add that to it, add your beans, a little bit of vinegar, and you kind of made a chakalaka. That's what's so amazing about making a sofrito. It's the base of any amazing dish, like your curries, like your pasta sauces, like your stews. Now we just added chakalaka to the list as well. So what I do at home is I make a big batch of this, and then I freeze some, and then I keep the others in a jar and I put a little olive oil over the top. And then what that does is stops the air from getting through. So it actually, mine I've now had for about 3 weeks in the fridge, and I've got a batch in the freezer.
Really?
It's so good and so intense. I love it. Okay, some tomato paste went in there now, some bay leaves. We have a rule at home, whenever anybody fries onions, my mom does the same thing. Whenever you add an onion to a pan, you add a bay leaf.
How come? Do they balance each other out?
It makes such it changes the dish from just like normal onions to something more aromatic, and you can never put your finger on what it is. It just makes it so more in depth and so amazing, so delicious. And
So
bay
you
leaves are
just
cheap.
put it in just like that?
Yeah. And my mom's got a neighbor that has a bay leaf tree. And whenever we're there, and she knows about this, we go and visit, and we just like snap a little...
Are you telling on your mom now?
No.
Are you imagine Clem there over the wall?
No. The neighbor knows about it. And then we just snap a little piece, because bay leaf is so amazing, fresh or dried. It's something you absolutely need in your house. Okay, so I'm going to reduce the heat down. This is going to cook down until it becomes super mushy and super intense.
I'm hearing it's not whispering anymore. It's actually speaking out loud.
Now we just turn it down.
Yes.
There we go. So what you're going to do now is you take a chicken. I'm going to try something different with the sofrito. I've never done this before inventing this recipe.
So this is an exclusive.
This is an exclusive. So we normally stuff butter and ingredients underneath the skin. Today we're going to take that sofrito. You can use a spoon, actually start with the spoon first. And we're going to put that underneath the skin.
Underneath the skin?
Underneath the skin. So it's going to cook with all that delicious like veggie flavor, with the chicken fat. It's going to render through the chicken.
Wow.
It's going to be amazing.
I've never actually had chicken made or prepared this way before. I mean, the most that I've had is obviously stuffed chicken, but now underneath the skin.
Underneath the skin. And especially because the breast area tends to dry out very quickly.
That's very true.
This is an amazing way to keep it nice and moist and delicious. And whatever's left over, make sure it gets into the legs or the thighs, and just stuff it inside. It is so good. So this goes into the oven for about 45 minutes. And then what we've also done is we've got some Woolies roast potatoes, because I want you to like I don't want you to spend hours in the kitchen. So, got some Woolies roast potatoes. I got my chicken. This is going to go into the oven. Can you see what we've got in the oven? We've got one cooking away
nicely. And I see
nicely.
the potatoes also cooking very, very nicely over there below the chicken.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is when we come back later and I do my second recipe, you're going to get some hot chicken action coming out the oven. Can you smell it?
It smells delicious. It smells like home. It's like I just walked in to my house or my home and my mom is cooking and it's just like, wow,
nostalgia.
I'm so happy to be home.
Yeah. Okay.
That was so dramatic.
No, it is. Food is dramatic.
I mean, if you would love to get your hands on this amazing, amazing recipe, make sure to visit expressoshow.com. It's really that simple. Wowzers, are we almost done now?
We're done.
We're going to pop that for 40 minutes into the oven, right?
Yeah,
and
we're done.
there you have it. We'll be using the rest of this sofrito mixture a little later on again to show you just how versatile it can be. So make sure to keep it locked.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, for most pet owners, the thought of grooming your own dog can sound like an absolute nightmare. And now we know that all pups are never that keen to sit down and get their nails or hair clipped. But professional dog trainer Carice Nafter shows us a few handy tips to conquer the world of pet grooming and get our pups looking fresher than ever.
Good morning. Hemingway, like most of us, needs to get a haircut. But what I'm going to show you today are some ways to help your dogs be confident and relaxed about normal grooming activities, things that all dogs need, like being brushed and having their toenails clipped. The sooner you do this with young pups and the more you practice at home, the more relaxed your dog will be with these really important things. As you'll see with Hemingway, if you get your dog used to these things, they actually really enjoy it, and it's a very nice way to connect with them. To get your dogs comfortable with their toenails being cut, they first have to be comfortable with their feet being touched to begin with. So to do this, you can take toenail clippers if you have them, and start at your dog's shoulder and just pet all the way down to their foot, and then take your hand off. Use treats if your dog's a little bit twitchy, but the point is by starting at the shoulder, your dog's foot expects it to be touched, and the whole experience is not so spooky. Some breeds like Hemingway actually need their hair cut. If you have a dog that needs to have their face clipped, take some normal scissors and just make the sound of the scissors around their face, touch them with it, use treats as you do it, so that when they actually go and have the professionals work with them, this sort of feeling on their face they're not uncomfortable with. Now, all dogs need to be brushed, even short-haired breeds. If for some reason your dog or your puppy is twitchy or uncomfortable about being brushed, my suggestion is that you get them used to it by flipping the brush over and brush the smooth side on their body, so that an object in your hand doesn't worry them, and then you can flip the brush and do one or two with the more pokey side and then flip back. Hemingway's obviously very relaxed about this, but if this makes your dog nervous at all, give them treats as you do it or have somebody else do it so that the whole experience is a happy one. Hey, good boy. Oh, yes.
Oh, that dog is living his best life right now.
So jealous. Look how good that looks.
Listen, if there's no more social distancing, maybe I'll cut your toenails for you, okay?
I'll come and hold you to that.
And don't forget, today's Ultra Dog competition is specifically for all the cat lovers out there. Now, to stand a chance of winning that personalized hamper valued at 2,000 Rand, we want to know why your cat is ultra cool. So maybe share your photos and reasons on the competition post on the Expresso Facebook page, and make sure you get your entry in before 5 p.m. today to qualify. And remember, those T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Right now, though, we're going to head back to the kitchen and find out what's cooking with Kusle again.
Clover's range of margarines and spreads. Classic spread. Mama Bake.
Margie, how do you know what we like? I know someone who knows.
Spread the Margie love.
With love by Clover.
Next up on the menu for the day is empanadas. I've actually never really heard of that word before. Now, these are like meaty like pies formed in a half moon shaped and fried or baked. The dough is usually made from scratch, but today we're making them with bread slices and spreading them with Clover Classic spread to give it a delicious flavor. So if you're looking for a quick and easy to make snack to enjoy somewhere in between lunch and dinner, then this classic bread empanada recipe is just for you. And today we are joined by our kitchen fairy, the one, the only, Nicole Snelling, everybody. I'm pretty sure you might be confused because you hardly ever see her on screen, but she is the lady who ensures that everything operates well in the kitchen. Now, Nicole, this is very interesting for me. So we mentioned that usually you make it with dough, but now we're using bread.
Yes, well, the bread is a shortcut, you know. Empanada directly translates to embreaded. So you could basically fill it with anything, but today we're keeping it nice and simple. So Clay made this beautiful sofrito. We are going to pop that into a bowl. You could use any chopped up veggies, corn, peas, carrots.
Nicole, would you say that a
want.
sofrito is basically like chakalaka that went to a private school?
You could say that.
Okay.
You could say that, but I think our chakalaka is actually the private school one.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, I like that.
Yeah. You know, and we've got mince in here. You can add any meat filling. If you've got leftover roast, you've got leftover mince or spaghetti even, just pop it all into here. It's a nice filler, you know. So we're just going to mix this up. We've got a white sauce. If you don't know how to make a white sauce, you can buy them readily available in the shops or go onto our website. We've got loads of recipes for white sauce on there as well.
How do you make your white sauce, just briefly?
So you start off with a roux, butter and flour in a pan, and then you slowly pour in your milk and you just whisk, 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 whisk until it thickens up nicely. I would say about a tablespoon of butter, tablespoon of flour, cup of milk. Good recipe over there.
Good to go. Yeah. Now we are using Clover Classic.
We're using some beautiful spread here, and it's just to moisten up the bread, so no one wants a dry empanada.
Of course not. And I hope that you butter your bread on both sides, okay?
Not for this one, but
not for this one specifically.
You could totally.
Okay.
I'm going to cut the crust off now, and then we're going to fill it up. So it's just a little triangle that we're going for, which is going to be ideal. So let me just do this one.
It's a nice snack, as I've mentioned, like in between lunch or dinner. It's quick and easy to make, and by using your leftover ingredients from the previous night or the previous dinner, whatever it may be.
100%. So this does come from a very like Spanish, Mexican side of things. So I've actually served this one with a beautiful Mexican salsa.
Oh, I
see. If you want a bit of Mexican flavors in here, then all you would do is add some cumin, coriander. You could do some chopped fresh coriander as well in there. Whatever you have in the fridge, that's what's so nice about this. It's so versatile. So you just take the little excess and you pinch it close. You ideally want to do this with fresh bread.
Of course. Yeah. I think you just want to eat fresh bread in general, regardless of what you're making in the kitchen.
The fresher it is, the easier it's going to pinch together there. So as you can see, they're cooked.
Very simple.
You just pop them on the tray, put them in the oven, 15-20 minutes till they're nice and golden brown, and there you have it.
This is the finale, nice and crispy, and the entire family can basically, you know.
Exactly, and I mean, who doesn't want another reason to use your leftovers and not eat the same food again, right?
We don't waste food in this house. Are you listening? Now, if you want to get your hands on this recipe, make sure to visit expressoshow.com. But have you got some great recipes to share with us? Clover is giving you the chance to win a Clover Love Pack hamper every day. All you have to do is share your lockdown recipe inspiration with us by replying to the Clover competition post on Expresso's Facebook page. Simply post a picture of your recipe creation, use the hashtag Expresso Show, and tell us which Clover product you used to create your dish. It's that simple. There will be one winner every day of the week until the 1st of May. So get your pots ready to cook and bake up a storm, and today's competition closes at midnight. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Can I just take a bite quickly?
Go for it. Tell me how it is. Is it good?
It's so delicious, but you know what I would add?
What?
Cheese.
Oh,
I add cheese on everything.
Yeah, no, cheese on everything is a great idea.
Thank you so much, Nicole. This was so much fun. Very simple, very quick. Once again, if you want your hands on the recipe, make sure to visit expressoshow.com.
Clover's range of margarines and spreads. Classic spread. Mama Bake.
Margie, how do you know what we like?
I know someone who knows.
Spread the Margie love.
With love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
From celebrating Nelson Mandela's 90th birthday in London to receiving 8 SAMA awards, well-known South African singer Kurt Stewart is not backing down anytime soon. And we're chatting to him live now. Good morning, Kurt.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Very good. I see you all keeping safe with your masks and everything, so that's great.
Definitely practicing social distancing right now. How are you? How are you keeping, just healthy and active during this time?
Yeah, of course. I mean, everyone's in the same boat. Feeling a little bit over it. I mean, it's been a month and a half since I've. You must remember before the lockdown, we had the 100-person rule, the crowd rule. So we haven't. I think my last show was on the 3rd of March, which is like weird. But after 25 years odd of never missing a week of shows. But I'm thinking about all the people out there that are alone at this time. At least I got my family with me, and my beautiful wife, my kids and stuff. But there's a lot of people in small apartments. There's maybe people that are just feeling alone at this time. So I'm thinking of them.
How's the family doing? How are they keeping up during this lockdown?
No, they're all good, eh? We experimenting, making food. We just, my daughter Cara baked some bread muffins this morning with my wife, and we're experimenting with different foods and stuff and having fun, and we're actually doing a bit of schoolwork with them. So she's only in grade R, Cara, and Katie's only 3 years old, but we've got all these little fun games that we play with them every day.
I wish we could taste some of those muffins. Maybe after lockdown, you can come to studio and share some of that recipes with us, right?
I'll do.
Listen, you also celebrated a birthday in February. Take us through it. How did you celebrate, and what does it mean for you in the start of a brand new chapter for you?
Yeah, it's amazing, I celebrated a bit of a milestone. All my friends and family were there. All my friends from the industry were there. Had a kind of a small event, but it just ended up an awesome jam session at the end of the day. And it was just fantastic spending time with people that have mentored me over the years. So I had an awesome one. Thank you for asking.
I love that so much. Talk about a jam session. You're also hosting a live interactive concert for all your fans this Friday, the 24th of April, from your house. Okay, what is the idea behind this and how did this all come about?
So the idea behind it is to do an authentic concert, as if you're sitting at a Kurt Darren concert with a live band, and we get the top musos in South Africa, and we get them to play for me from their houses or from their studios, and we film it on our cell phones, and we try and do it at the same time. So every take you're going to see on Friday, we're going to do a concert of 10 songs, 10 of my most popular songs, and we're going to do a concert where everything that you see is that take. So if I mess up lyrics, or I mess up little notes, or Danielle Lalouette on bass misses his little thing, which she hardly does, or Vinny Enrico, Sean Butler, or Raymond Green on guitar. We've got the top musos. It's all one take. What you see is what we played at that moment in time. So we try to keep it authentic that way, but still keep the production quite high, the production qualities.
I love that. It's like Expresso show. Everything is live. There's no time for retakes. But you said 10 songs. So how long will the concert be streaming, and how will the public be able to gain access to view and watch?
Yeah, so it's exactly like Expresso. Actually, Expresso's been doing it for years. You get one take. There's never a retake on Expresso. You get up there and you sing your songs. You've got to concentrate. So this is a whole show like that, and the band in between. I talk a bit about my songs, all that kind of stuff. So the entire thing, it's 10 songs long, so I reckon it's about an hour long.
Okay.
Only going to be on once. We've decided to do that. It's not going to be a thing that you can record or play later or save for later. It's only on Friday at 7 o'clock. Public can go from all over. We've tried to keep it like trying to fit in with American times for all the expats, everything, but a lot for South Africa. 7 o'clock, 40 Rand a ticket. Now, 40 Rand a ticket means 40 Rand for the entire family. They can all watch at the same time. You go on to iTickets and you pay your 40 Rand and you get a link. And the link gets sent to you 2 hours before the show and you get to enjoy it. But remember, it's only once off. So you've got to grab your ticket now. There's not another chance. So we're going to bring a series to these concerts, and it's called Hartklop. And the person that came up with the idea is Adams Kleinans and Dirk van Niekerk of Sony Music. We had a bit of a chat, and we said, in this time, artists, actors, musicians, sound people, they don't have any work at this time because we just not doing any shows. And we try to think of a thing to kind of supplement the income in a very small way. And he came up with this idea and said, let's give everyone a chance. So everyone that is involved is getting paid out of that 40 Rand, which I think is amazing.
Kurt, I love it. Thank you so much. I can't let you go obviously without saying Captain Spanny Sailor.
Captain Sailor.
I love it so much. Have a wonderful day further, Kurt.
You guys are great. Thank you so much.
Kurt has chosen to keep the music alive by coming up with an innovative way of hosting a live concert you are able to enjoy from the comfort and safety of your home. Tickets can be purchased online at iticket.co.za at 40 Rand a family. Stay safe, South Africa.
Oh man, well, if there was ever anybody that could bring the gears, it is that man himself, and how he invokes such emotion in me, especially singing that song. Oh, I love it. And if you didn't hear, tonight at 7 o'clock, grab a ticket on itickets.co.za to catch that exclusive performance from Kurt Darren himself, and it's only $40. But as usual, we're on to social media, and we've been chatting to you guys and wanting to know more about what you thought of the president's speech last night. And you guys have been contacting us on our social media pages, and we've got some input. And this one from Ange Kun says, President Ramaphosa definitely has our best interests at heart and is putting lots of world leaders to shame. Being praised by the World Health Organization is an added bonus. The gradual lifting of lockdown does suck, but it's for our own good and protection. So thanks for leading us in the best way that you can. Oh, such good words there, Angelique. And now we've got Bradley Bizwapi, who says, we cannot take action today that we will deeply regret tomorrow. Hashtag Ramaphosa is the best South Africa has ever had. Oh, I might agree with you there, Bradley. And now Christina Marquez says, our president is a leader to be proud of. Not only has he been trying to lead and repair an economically challenged country, and now he has to deal with a more challenging medical issue. I salute you, our president, a man of integrity and a big heart. Oh, thank you for those words, Christina. Now, Vonita says, good morning. He is doing such a great job. Even though he looks exhausted, I think our president needs a day off. After all, he is only human. And then lastly, Hilton David says, being a president comes with huge responsibilities, and I have new admiration for our president in which he handles this COVID-19 pandemic. And now we can clearly see the respect going to our president there, but so much more magic to come on the show. We've got an hour left, but we're moving over to the news with Kuhle.
It's almost the top of the hour, 8 o'clock. Let's have the final look at those news headlines. The Western Cape has now recorded the highest number of COVID-19 related deaths in the country, with the latest toll in the province standing at 28. The province now has 1,279 cases, accounting for 32.4% of the country's total. Gauteng has the second most cases. Health Minister William Kize yesterday said there had been a steady increase in the number of positive cases, bringing the total number to 3,953. He also reported that 10 more people had died from the virus. The business rescue practitioners of South African Airways yesterday said the airline cannot survive beyond month end, and the choices left are either a forced liquidation or a winding down process. The practitioners do not have sufficient funds available to continue honoring the obligations of SAA to its employees beyond the 30th of April. Since government earlier turned down a request for any further financial support for the rescue process, the joint business rescue practitioners Les Matuson and Siviwe Dongwana said that only these two options remain. Moving further afield, German Chancellor Angela Merkel yesterday said her country must remain clever and cautious in handling the coronavirus crisis, as it is not the end phase but still the beginning. She said Germany should be ready to make much higher contributions to the EU budget. Meanwhile, EU leaders last night signed off a new 540 billion euro emergency fund to protect European workers, businesses and countries worst affected by the virus. Zimbabwe's Ministry of Industry and Commerce has placed a moratorium on the price of several basic goods. It engaged stakeholders in the food industry, including millers and bakers, to seek an agreement to stop the ever-increasing prices of items such as maize meal, flour, cooking oil and sugar. Zimbabwe has been struggling with hyperinflated prices for several years. The government has now ordered manufacturers and retailers to return to prices which were applicable on the 25th of March. And now how lions took over patrolling the Kruger. Now, last week we reported on how lockdown works in the Kruger National Park with pictures of lions sunbathing on empty roads. This morning we can report that the lions in the park now appear to have taken it upon themselves to enforce lockdown. Patrolling the roads around Skukuza Staff Village, the park's largest rest camp and administrative headquarters, the lions seemed to be making sure all those left in the camp were adhering to the country's strict social distancing and lockdown regulations. Johan Milan from the Wildlife Veterinary Services in the park captured the pride going about its inspection, patrolling the deserted roads inside the staff village early on Monday morning. Lions have also been enjoying the Skukuza golf course. Turning our gaze to the world of entertainment, following Queen Elizabeth's birthday celebrations earlier this week, it was the turn of the second youngest member of the royal family to commemorate his special day. Prince Louis, who is the youngest child of Prince William and Kate Middleton, turned 2 years old yesterday, and his family took to social media to share some intimate snapshots of the tot. His grandfather, Prince Charles, shared the sweetest picture of him embracing little Louis to wish him a happy birthday, and his mother Kate posted a series of pictures that showed him getting messy with rainbow-colored hats. We hope the young royal enjoyed a splendid birthday indeed. That was your final look at the news headlines. Now let's have a look at the weather. We've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. Lizanne Job sent us a stunning sunrise picture from Centurion in Gauteng. Centurion can expect sunny to partly cloudy and pleasant conditions today, reaching a maximum temperature of 23 degrees. Lizanne says taking a sunrise picture represents a new day with new things in store, and by taking a sunset picture close to the end of the day shows her she has conquered yet another day. So beautiful, making it through this difficult time. Thank you for sharing this with us, Lizanne. Now, Lotus Frichma wishes us a good Friday with this breathtaking sunrise picture from Mthatha in the Eastern Cape. Tata can expect isolated showers today with a high of 21 degrees. Have a great day, Lotus. Most of the country can expect cool and cloudy conditions today, but the South African Weather Service has warned of severe thunderstorms over parts of the Northern Cape and Free State. At Polokwane, it's a partly cloudy day with a low of 10 degrees, reaching a high of 24. Sunshine with patchy clouds for Mbombela with a maximum temperature of 27 and a minimum of 15. Sunny to partly cloudy for Pretoria at 12 as the minimum temperature, reaching a maximum of 25. Johannesburg 12-23, Mahikeng 12-26, mostly sunny conditions for Klerksdorp at 14 as the minimum, reaching a maximum of 26. A partly cloudy day in Kimberley as well with a low of 13, reaching a high of 26. Bloemfontein 9-24, and occasional showers for Richards Bay at a minimum temperature of 19, reaching a maximum of 29. Afternoon thunderstorms for Pietermaritzburg at a low of 15, reaching a high of 25. Durban 21-27, isolated showers for Mthatha with a minimum of 12 degrees and a maximum of 21. Morning showers followed by afternoon drizzle for East London 15-21. Klerksdorp 11-23, a light westerly breeze of 9 kilometers an hour for Port Elizabeth 14-21 are your temperatures for today. George 13-21, a cold start to the day and a couple of thunderstorms for Sutherland at a minimum of 8 degrees, reaching a high of 20. Cape Town 15-21, Worcester 14-24, and partly sunny for Uppington at a low of 14 degrees, reaching a high of 29 degrees. Now remember, whichever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a fantastic Friday morning. We'll see you after this.
Data, it's me, Smooth the cab driver. Actually, it's not. My name is Max and I'm an actor. And like you, I'm staying home right now, so I'm not earning the same income, making the future really uncertain. You know how they say it takes 21 days to form a new habit? So maybe we use this time to take a different look at our money, and hopefully we come out of this as ministers of our own finances. Let's change our habits together.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, all you beautiful people. You're still keeping it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Happy Friday, happy Duk Day. Now, times may be difficult at the moment, but this is why we as a nation need to stand together and show our support to those brave workers, working tirelessly on the front line day in and day out. Now, Old Mutual has stepped forward with some amazing initiatives to show their support through these difficult times. Kaya Gobodo, Managing Director for Old Mutual Wealth and Investments, share his personal message of support. Let's take a look.
We live in unprecedented times, the year of Corona. A significant proportion of the world is under lockdown as a way to mitigate the cost of human life. Unfortunately, this is having far-reaching consequences on global economies and therefore investment markets. And as individual savers and investors, this matters a lot to our individual decisions. So as we struggle through those decisions, I thought I'd leave you with a few thoughts. At times like these, sound financial advice is key in making sure we make sound long-term decisions. 2, it's important to consider your overall portfolio as opposed to the performance of a few individual assets. 3, it's time in the market that matters as opposed to timing the market, making sure that you're not selling and locking in losses right at the bottom as opposed to thinking about the overall long-term decisions that you need to make to achieve your long-term goals. And finally, there's reason to hope. There's been an unprecedented response by the vast majority of governments around the world both fiscal authorities and monetary authorities to make sure that we have economies to reopen to the extent that we are successful at flattening the curve and slowly start to getting back to normality. That gives hope that the ability for economies to grow again and therefore for investment markets to deliver inflation-beating returns is something that we can reasonably hope for. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Let's keep calm and keep cool, and let's stay indoors, stay safe, and let's all stay sane. Good luck.
Absolutely. In this time, we need to stand together as a nation. We can do this. We are stronger together.
Absolutely, man. Now, through these difficult times, we need to stand together, as Jamie said, and unite to do what we can to support those who support us and manage the COVID-19 pandemic. Head to www.oldmutual.co.za for more information on COVID-19 initiatives.
To all the men and women out there on the front lines,
we just want to say thank you.
Together, we can do great things.
All right, so we're back in the kitchen. And you know, you have the goalposts have been moved, but it's a little frustrating, especially when you look at the lockdown in the weekend. But of course, Woolies has us covered. We are doing masala steaks in the kitchen, and I know you're going to try these substitutes as your takeaway substitute to ease the pain and create that weekend feeling, because I know everybody is just craving that fast food deliciousness.
Absolutely.
Clem, what have we got going
The
here?
goalposts have been moved slightly. We all thought we were going to be released come next week, but now, the gates open a little bit. But we're still not going to be able to get our takeaways. So I thought, let's take on a Friday takeaway. What's more Cape Townian than a masala steak sandwich?
Man, it's like nostalgia that you cannot believe. It reminds me of the school days when you used to get masala steak Gatsby's, and everybody would just ration it off before we go play a game.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to be
Wish
fun.
I went to your school. What? Okay, so what we've done is, it's still a masala steak sandwich, just repackaged. It looks a little more fancier, but the true thing, is it a good steak? Yes. Is the curry sauce good? Yes. Is it messy? Yes. Masala steak sandwich has to be messy. If it's not a masala steak.
All over the hands, yes.
Okay, so let's how I changed it. So I took my Woolies roaster cooked breads. These are so decadent and so fluffy and light. They're so good and work so well with the chips and with the steak.
All right.
So I've got that. Then for my steak, I've got these amazing sirloins we've been using the whole week.
Yes.
Just yesterday on the
Yesterday
Facebook.
as well. I loved it so much.
It was so good.
So we're doing more of that.
That's so good. I'm making use of the pack. We got 8 in a pack, and I think we used 3. We used 3 on Monday, and I think 2 yesterday.
Yes.
So I've still got a few of these going, so I'm doing really well. Then for my curry sauce, instead of making a tikka sauce or a masala sauce
from scratch,
it does take a long time. I mean, the results are always amazing. But Woolies have done the job for you with these tikka masala pastes. It's so concentrated and so intense, it gives you exactly what you need.
Okay.
All right, but talking about what you need, I see you reaching for it. Let's do our shots this morning. So today we've got...
too good. What is inside
these
this?
These are the 100% fruit and vegetable juice blends.
Okay.
Bit of nice, like you get the bit of vegetable in there, thickens it slightly,
right.
Makes you feel so good when you have it. My one that I've got is mango, carrot, chia seed, and turmeric. What have you got?
Well, I think I've got mango, passion fruit, spinach, and kale. Oh, my favorite.
That's a good one, okay.
Kale is my favorite. It's one of the most nutritionally dense foods on the planet.
I love it. I actually do
That's
like
what's
it.
up. And I'm loving the fact we've got it's like a little homely feel here. We've got the warmth of the veg. We've got the warmth of the loving coming from that masala steak flavor. So I'm feeling the warmly vibes, man.
Okay, take your shot. It's so good,
mine,
though.
yeah? All right, I'm ready.
I love it. It's so chunky.
It's like half in a bottle, basically. Oh, that is good. Cheers, my man.
Oh, cheers from a distance. Here we go.
All right, so back to the good stuff, back to business. We're on the steaks. Where do we go next?
We spoke about this. Season your steak, oil your steak.
Yes.
Went to the griddle pan, so I got my steak done. I also griddled the roaster cook. Let me just show you what it looks like. And I put a bit of garlic butter on the roaster cook when I did it.
You just had to, didn't you? You just had to.
So that's gonna rest on the side. Let's get busy on this curry sauce. So super easy. I'm gonna take my packet right over here. Got a bit of oil in the pan already. And all you want to do is just get that paste in there with the oil and just cook out those spices a little more.
All right.
And you wanna smell it. And once you start smelling it, it's wafting through the air. You know you're ready for the next step.
You know it's good to go.
Oh, but it smells amazing already. Okay, cool. So that's in there. Give it a good mix. So people don't use a lot of... I think people are scared of using oil. Okay, but the thing about oil, you must always remember, especially with curries, oil helps transfer the flavors of the spices and everything you're using in there. It's a good medium for flavor. If you don't have enough oil in your pan, you're gonna end up burning those spices. They're gonna go bitter. So don't be shy of using enough oil in your pan.
And as you mentioned earlier in the show and on previous days as well, your spicing is what makes the dish the creme de la creme or not, of course. So it's quite an important step, I'd imagine.
It makes it the creme de la creme. What was that?
You like that? You like that?
All right. Okay, cool. So that's smelling amazing. Smelling that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Smelling like I'm back home in Mama's kitchen with
go.
all that loving.
So you could totally use some plain yogurt right now.
Yeah.
It's Friday, so we're going into a bit of cream.
And we earned it. We had a hard week of training. That's
You
good.
did. This week felt like it was a long week. I actually have serious Friday vibes. I feel like I'm looking forward to the weekend.
Oh, how perfect is this meal then, right?
Yeah.
And of course, guys, if you want to catch any of these recipe inspirations, go to theexpressoshow.com for more infusions and delightful meals that you can get entertained throughout this weekend's lockdown. So enjoy. But we are busy cooking up some masala steaks in the kitchen with Clem Pedro.
Steak is nicely rested. We're going to slice that up.
And I see the sauce is kind of bubbling. Is that a good thing?
Yes, you want it to kind of reduce now. So we added that cream, but now you want to reduce that cream, intensify the flavor, the masala, exactly what you want.
So that's not a bad sign. It's
this
not
is
burning.
a good thing.
That's
it's a good thing.
All right.
So now with our steak, we're going to cut it like at a diagonal, like just a bit of a slant.
Yesterday's show, remember, with or against the grain?
Against the grain, always. So, okay, we're slicing that up. You want to get it nice and thin. You don't want to have the slices of steak too thick, because you're going to be chewing on it. You don't want to be like pulling in the whole piece of steak comes out. So get it nice and thin, nice on the long.
We're going to already have all that lovely mess all over our hands.
Yeah, that's exactly. Like I said, a masala steak has to be like, you have to have that bit of like, that napkin serviette like on the side. You need that.
That's part of the perfect serve, otherwise you didn't have your meal correctly.
Okay, that's going to now heat through. The smells are insane. Okay, I'm going to leave that to reduce a little longer. Let's build this up.
I don't think you understand though, the smells I'm getting now, it's like every time I smelled this, I used to go to my mom and be like, is it ready yet? Is it ready yet, Mom?
Man.
It's ready. So you guys, if you could smell what's cooking in the kitchen this morning, it is absolutely delicious. Masala steak at its finest. And Clem has got us sorted out. And he's got some beautiful grilled roast to cook.
So like I said, a bit of garlic butter. It's naughty, but it's the weekend. Toasted that up.
It's worth it.
Let's go for some SAS chips. I mean, you can totally use slab chips. We just had the Woolies frozen chips. We popped it in the oven. It's going to be so good. You don't
have to do anything to that. You just pop it straight in the oven.
Straight in the oven, that's all. To get some nice color on it, cook it through. Then you want a bit of that sauce. You want to make sure that your sandwich has a good amount of that sauce on there.
All right.
Like I said,
don't have to be shy. I love my sauce. Oh.
I'm going to actually just park it next to that other one over there so you can kind of see them both together. Then that steak goes on.
Oh, that looks absolutely delicious.
And we're going to be generous with the steak because, I mean, there's nothing worse than a masala steak sandwich and you have to go look for the steak.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when one piece falls, your friend steals it because of the communal rule.
That's the rule.
That? Yeah.
That's the rule.
That's the rule.
Okay, cool. Now, very quick salad. So a nice little pickle going in there. So I've got some sugar. That's going to balance the vinegar which we're using.
Okay.
And like you can use any white vinegar. I'm using some white wine vinegar. There's no wine in there. It's just how they get it.
Damn it.
To that, we're going to add a bit of the coleslaw mix. Okay. You're not scared of the heat, right? You don't mind if I...
Bring it on. I've been preparing for this.
Green chili.
And Nal's always throwing the spices in when she's in the kitchen.
You have to.
The palate
elevate those flavors. Cool. So then from there, we're going to go with some spring onion.
Okay.
And we're going to double up the onion flavor with some white onion. And all you want to do is just mix it until that sugar has dissolved. The longer this sits in this brine, in the pickle, it becomes so intense, so delicious.
You're actually currently like pickling it.
You're pickling it, absolutely, yeah. And I feel like the pickled slaw goes so well with the spicy creaminess of the curry. It cuts through that.
Do you know how often I've had a meal like this without this, and it just becomes so overpowering and rich, and you don't have that balance and that like healthy crunch. So that is something that I've always been missing in mine.
Okay, I'm gonna actually share. So I think you had a steak sandwich yesterday. Do you want to share? Do you want to have some chicken or do you want steak?
Well, let's try is this chicken?
Yeah, right in front of you. So that's a chicken we made a little earlier.
Okay.
Why am I saying choose? You can have it both, right? You can have steak and chicken.
You know the way to my heart, Clem.
There we go. Okay, so that's next to that one over there. This is a shea platter, like I said.
All right.
And then that pickle goes right on top. Just like that. It has to be messy. If it's not a masala steak sandwich.
Okay.
Tops. But I'm not going to ask you to try this on TV.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to
It's going to go everywhere. So this is a post-show sandwich.
All right, okay.
But I mean, it's so amazing. That softness, the smokiness of the bread, the curry sauce with its steak, that pickle on top with the chips. Like, it's the easiest thing to make and the most satisfying thing to make. That with our delicious sofrito chicken and the potatoes, how did that come out?
Oh, it looks magnificent.
It smells like the weekend.
It smells so good. We've got the whole weekend, Sunday lunch and everything packed into one. You guys saw it here first on the ExpressoShow.com. And if you haven't tasted it later on in the show, join us on the live. We will give you a full update on how this magnificent fusion tastes. It's a masala steak sandwich. Is that correct, Clem?
It is.
Oh, yeah. It is absolutely divine. But we've got so much more magic to come on the show. Stay tuned, and we'll be seeing you later.
And maybe to answer my
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, all you beautiful people. You're still keeping it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show on SABC3. Now, if you thought you ran the house, or maybe that mom does, well, think again. All cat owners will know who truly runs the house. And you know what? We don't mind at all. But when it comes to feeding time, some of our fur babies have sensitivities and allergies, and it's up to us to, spot the telltale signs if they need some extra attention to their diet. Now, here to tell us all about cats and their diets is the coolest vet in town, Dr. Karine Brinkmore. Dr. Karine.
More.
How are you doing this morning?
How are you doing?
I'm very good, and you, Doctor?
Fine, thank you.
Dr. Karine, maybe you can answer this for us as well. When it comes to our cats, and their diets specifically, is there a rule of thumb when it comes to how much and also how often we should be feeding them?
Yes, there is a rule of thumb. You would go onto the packet site and you would see there's an amount of food that I need to eat daily. So for each cat that will differ depending on their age and their breed and their size. Also, you will feed the whole amount in 2 parts, in the morning and in the evening. Leave the bowl there for them to eat as often as they want, because cats do eat small pieces during the day.
And we were speaking about allergies and them being sensitive. How would we then know if our cats are suffering from food-based allergies or, require a special diet?
They will show signs of scratching and itchiness, especially over the face, the paws, and over the tail base. They may be vomiting, have diarrhea. Some cats have asthmatic symptoms or even snore in the evening.
Oh man, that sounds so horrible. Well, listen, also, I know, gives me the feels. But listen, also earlier this week, you showed us how to identify, if our dogs are overweight. How can we then identify if our cats are overweight?
You're going to do it the same way as you do in dogs. You're going to let your cat stand on its 4 paws. Somebody needs to hold your cat for you nice and still. And you're just going to run your fingers along the spine and the ribs. You need to feel each individual spine and each individual rib, but you mustn't see it. It mustn't protrude. Then you need to look at your cat from above, and on the side, they must have a nice stacked waist and not a jelly belly like some of them have,
That is so interesting that even cats can be overweight. But if we want to help them obviously lose the weight and live maybe a healthier lifestyle, how can we as pet owners help them?
They need to go on a special diet, a weight loss diet. Ultra Cat has a really excellent one with a lower fat percentage, and also you need to let them exercise to lose the weight.
Oh, wow. So cats will be exercising, the owners will be exercising. I don't know if you saw this latest trend on social media. It's talking about giving cats and dogs biltong. But maybe you can help me with this. Are there any specific foods and snacks that we need to keep away from our cats and maybe even our pets in general?
Yes, for sure. Anything that contains chocolate, xylitol, alcohol, nuts, grapes and raisins, raw eggs, and your onions, your chives, and your garlic. All of that needs to be kept away from your animals.
And maybe to answer my social media question, would you say that our cats can have biltong or no?
A small piece at a time, but not frequently, only as a snack.
Okay, good to know. Well, thank you, Doctor, for answering all those questions this morning.
It's a huge pleasure.
Now, today's competition is specifically for all the cat lovers out there to win a 2,000 Rand Ultra Dog hamper that will be personalized just for your fur baby. We want to know why your cat is ultra cool. So share your photos and reasons on the competition post on the Expresso Facebook page and make sure you get your entry in before 5 p.m. to qualify. T's and C's apply and can be found on expressoshow.com.
SodaStream's eco-pledge to cut out the use of 67 billion single-use plastic bottles by 2025 has got us all reconsidering and rethinking our collective impact and how we can improve. Now today, though, we're focusing on how to improve our health and immunities in the form of the super snappy, sparkling citrus stinger. It's quite a mouthful and a great way to get a vitamin C kick. Nicole is joining us again in the kitchen, okay? But oranges, strawberries, lemons, and limes all have high levels of naturally occurring vitamin C, which is essential in the fight against germs and viruses. I love that.
Well, we all need an immune booster at this time. You should actually just be doing this every day.
Yes.
You know? I mean, that is what keeps us healthy and keeps us going. This one is a very nice one because it's using a bit of everything. We've got beautiful limes, lemons, and our strawberries are actually in our ice. Look how beautiful that is.
Oh, you froze the strawberries.
Yes. So how we do that is you take your strawberries, so you cut them. I think it's cute when they're a lot, so it does take a little bit more time, but if you're feeling a little bit lazy, it's fine if you just slice them. Just pop them into your ice tray. My chef/food stylist tip is, for this crystal clear, see how nice and clear it is?
Yes.
Boil your water before the time.
What does that do?
So the boiling your water kills all your impurities and gets rid of like any bubbles, so you won't have cloudy ice. Obviously, don't put the water in here while it's boiling. Let it cool. But you know how after that cup of coffee, you always got that little bit of water left in the kettle?
Yes.
Great way to use it. So you're just going to pop this in the freezer quickly, and you're going to have your ice ready done.
And it's that simple, man. I love what SodaStream is doing because to put things into perspective, the 67 million plastic bottles that SodaStream aims to save equates to some mesmerizing comparison. It's the equivalent to 25 packed soccer stadiums, over 270,000 three-bedroom apartments, or nearly 20 million family cars. An incredible commitment in an attempt to give the earth the best chance possible. If not now, when? You know, we need to make better decisions today to have a better life in the future.
Exactly, we do. And I love these bottles. And tip number 300 is that you put your bottle of water in the fridge so you have it nice and cold.
Okay.
So as you can see, they've got those beautiful bottles. You just fill them up with your water and keep them in the fridge until you're ready to use it. So I'm just going to click this in and then get it nice and sparkly.
Look at that go.
How bubbly do you want it?
I want it really bubbly.
Really bubbly. Okay, I'll add extra bubbles just for you. Cool, and that's it. Wait for it. Oh yeah, doesn't it sound like a science experiment? Like, look at this.
That is so exciting. It's so cool. And Olwe, when we interviewed them last week, so Olwe is an influencer and content creator, and she uses SodaStream with her family, and she has little boys just running around. She says it's the best way to get them to focus, and it's like a quick and nice way to also just get them active in the kitchen, just to kind of distract them from what's happening outside. So that's absolutely wonderful. Now, a litre of SodaStream sparkling water works out to just R3.33. You'll also drink 43% more water when you have a SodaStream. Now, it's good for the wallet and definitely good for you.
So I've just put a little bit of the lemonade flavor in. They've got lime, they've got cranberry straw, and
these are their syrups, right?
Yes, the syrup. So this is, it's almost like a cordial type of thing. We've got a tonic as well. So you know tonic water you usually buy.
Yes.
Now you can make it yourself. So just going to put a little bit of dash in that. The orange juice here, I've taken a litre of orange juice and reduced it by half quickly. We would call it that a reduction.
Oh, a reduction.
With a little bit of lemongrass, it just intensifies the flavour. So you kind of want that when you're making a little bit of a drink, you know. You want that not so too fruity or overpowering. Everything's got
like a little punchy.
Everything's got to balance perfectly. So I'm just topping it up here. And you could use the lime, you could use even the iced tea one would also go quite nicely with this, the lemon or the peach.
The flavors are so interesting.
How cool. We'll
So
stir
cool.
a stick.
Stir, stir, stir. Now, if you would like to get recipe inspiration on how to achieve that nice, refreshing drink, make sure to visit expressoshow.com.
Final touches.
Your lemon in there.
You've got your lemon, lime slices, a little bit of mint. You could ideally make it in a jug, which you've got here, and you make a big batch and keep it in the fridge, but because it's just me and you, made you your very own
Thank you so much, Nicole. I truly appreciate this. Also, it saves you a trip to the supermarket if you feel like you need, you know, a refreshing drink. Now, while I sip on my drink, don't miss out. It's the last chance to win one of 5 SodaStream hampers to the value of 2,000 Rand, each including a spirit water machine, 3 proudly South African bottles, and 3 flavored syrups. All you have to do is reply to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook or Twitter page and use the hashtag SodaStreamSA and tell us how you are reducing the amount of single-use plastic in your family. The competition closes at midnight tonight. T's and C's apply and can be found on expressoshow.com.
Cheers.
Delicious.
So good.
so good. I love it.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave campaign in association with Stagework Performing Arts School, released a video to not only thank our heroes who don't wear capes, but to uplift the nation through local music. Now, these young South African artists have joined together in their individual homes and to record the ultimate South African song medley as a thank you to all the healthcare professionals and other essential workers who are putting their lives at risk. Let's take a look. Gospel moments, absolutely amazing. This upbeat medley used some of the greatest uplifting African songs from local music legends that we all love and know. Yvonne Chaka Chaka, Johnny Clegg, Mango Groove, PJ Powers, and the list goes on and on. Speaking about PJ Powers, we have a live this morning. Morning!
Good morning, sweetie pies.
How are you? You look gorgeous. Green is definitely your color. How are you managing during lockdown, though?
I have up and down days, I should imagine, like everybody else. There are days when I find it extremely stifling. You know, everybody says we use this opportunity to write and all of that kind of thing, which I am, and use this opportunity to find other stuff inside of you, which I am. But, you know, you can't be on a constant quest, soul-searching quest. You can't be 24/7 writing. You can't be 24/7. And then what throws me is that when I sit down and watch a television series or something like that, then I feel guilty. I feel I should be doing something else. So I finally, this week, mastered the art of doing nothing, which is, I must be honest, quite an art for me.
Maybe sometimes it is good to just take a breather and take a chill pill. But we obviously saw the clip. It is so beautiful. What did you think of it when you saw it?
Well, I was so chuffed when I saw it. Not to mention that there's some young people in there that when lockdown's over, I'm going to want their telephone numbers, because there's some voices in that little group of that little ensemble that are really, really worth delving into and discovering and doing more with. But I was so honored to be in it. I never take anything for granted. I never take for granted that I'll be in an ensemble of great South African songs. You know, there have been so many. So, you know, when I heard Jabulani, I was like way chuffed. And then when I heard World and Union, I thought, wow, two!
It's the world and union.
Now, when we, of course, saw the song, we thought, wow, this is truly amazing and uplifting, inspiring. What was the thought process, and what did you feel like when you watched this for the first time?
I felt a great sense of pride. I felt a great sense of wanting and being so proud to be South African. You know, I have been watching the president's speeches, obviously, to the nation, and I want to tell you that it's instilled an enormous amount in this crazy, mixed up, unsure world that we're living in right now. One thing has been enforced and endorsed for me is that I'm so proud to be South African. And that's what this clip with all these young people did. It enforced the fact that we shall overcome, and we are an amazingly resilient nation. And those young people just endorsed that for me.
I love that.
That's how I felt. I felt proud.
That is so beautiful. Yes, of course, in these, times where there's a lot of anxiety and fear, why do you think it's so important, to share these positive messages of gratitude and support to one another?
I think that in this world where we are all being forced apart with social distancing, literally as a law, there seems to be some little, for me, I can feel the ebb and flow that actually, whilst it's forcing us apart, it's bringing us together.
Maybe in closing, do you have a message of thanks and hope to the healthcare workers on the front line you would like to share?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Have I ever got a message for them? Sure. This always makes me want to cry when I thank the healthcare workers, the people on the front line who are sacrificing their own lives. They're sacrificing being with their families, to go into isolation, to be able to go and to be able to work in hospitals. We need to restructure what these people earn when lockdown is over, because these are the people that are saving our country. And we have an enormous debt to them. And I personally just want to say thanks, guys, to every nurse, to every person that pushes a trolley in a hospital, for every person that is dealing with an elderly person in a hospital, just right across the board. Siyabonga kakhulu, nkosi kakhulu, baya danki. Thank you for everything you're doing for us. We are indebted to you. Thank you. I love you.
Oh, PJ, you're amazing. And thank you to you also for using this platform, you know, just to spread positivity and light on such a sad situation right now. So thank you very much. And thank you for joining us.
But wait, I need to say something before you go.
Yes, of course.
I need to say that when I walk into Expresso Studios, and I have been for many, 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 many years, let's not talk about how many, but it's definitely over 2 handfuls. And when I walk into those studios, I always feel that I'm made to feel special, and I always feel like my spirits are lifted. And I can't believe that I'm sitting in Johannesburg and looking into this tiny phone, and Lucian and all of you have given, I've got the same, I've got exactly the same effect. I feel lifted. I feel like, yes, we can, because that's what you guys give off. And it's a wonderful, wonderful program. So thank you, Expresso, very much.
Bless your heart. Thank you so much. It's honestly because of people like you that we can do our job. So thank you so much. We love you.
I love you too, lots.
Remember, you can also join in on this incredible campaign by nominating the pharmacist, healthcare professional or worker in your community, making a real difference, especially now during COVID-19. And you could stand a chance to win a 5,000 Rand. Now, 2 healthcare winners will be selected from your nominations. One will be chosen by a judging panel and one through your votes. The 2 healthcare professionals that are selected will win a trip to an overseas medical conference of their choice and be given the opportunity to pay it forward by donating 25,000 Rand to their favorite charity. Visit expressoshow.com for info on how you can nominate the healthcare professionals doing incredible things in your community today. The curve we don't want to flatten is the heartbeat of our beloved South Africa. Be brave.
Unprecedented challenges call for incredible bravery. Countless doctors, nurses, and pharmacists are working around the clock to keep us safe. They go beyond the call of duty and selflessly put the needs of our communities first. Nominate the brave healthcare professionals on the front line and give them the recognition they deserve. Because the only curve we don't want to flatten is the heartbeat of our beloved South Africa.
Over the past few weeks, we've been putting out several social media challenges to different local personalities, all challenging you to show us how you've #GotGame. Now, from dance chain challenges to quarantine indoor bike tracks, here's how South Africans have been avoiding cabin fever while in the lockdown.
But how can we forget about Umzimbuli, aka Robot Boy, challenging us to show our most creative way of doing our chores around the house. And boy, did South Africa deliver with their moves.
I needed swagger like this when I was a kid, getting told to do all those chores because they're making it look so easy.
I just need to understand if that bum is real. That auntie there in the first video.
She's definitely been doing our workouts, I think. That glute loving is so good. Look, now that we've warmed up from cleaning, it's time to get the adrenaline pumping. And one would think that bikers wouldn't be able to do their usual tricks during lockdown. However, South Africa's biking community strongly disagreed as video entries rolled in from all over, from downhill racer Theo Elling's epic challenge. Check this one out. Look how crazy this guy is. Oh.
Like, are they trying to injure themselves?
I don't know. I can't stop but just cringing while I'm watching this. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall.
I'm literally on the edge of my seat. If I made a obstacle course in my house, inside my house, putting toilet papers across the hallway, my mom would be like, Where's Anton?
Mama's coming for you.
So the toilet paper up. But it's pretty cool to watch, though, I have to say.
It is so awesome, especially for those that have the space to play around and have a little bit of enjoyment during the lockdown. It's really so awesome to see that inspiration coming through. It's such an awesome thing.
Yes, man. Now, if you still wanted to get your body moving, but maybe not as extreme, TikTok twins Lauren and Laura Duplessis put our moves to the test with their dance chain challenge that everyone's in their choreography coming out. Let's check it out.
Full 180, crazy. Thinking about the way I was. Did the heartbreak change me? Maybe, but look at where I ended up. I'm all good already, so moved on. It's scary. I'm not where you left me at all. So if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody,
you wanna take me somebody.
Yes, I'm loving the vibes coming out of TikTok at the moment. And I hear that you recently actually got a TikTok account as well.
Yes,
How's it going?
I do. It's so much fun.
Have you got some moves to show us? Oh, yes.
I need the song. Come on. Okay.
Yeah. I just love it.
I wonder if the twins approve. Please let me know if you approve, okay?
So let's just say that through TikTok, we learned quickly about lockdown challenges, but more importantly, the Flip the Switch challenge, a viral sensation that quickly spread. Shona Krobler challenged us to show our best switches, and South Africa, you did not disappoint with your creative entries. Check it out.
Look, I just flipped the switch. I don't know nobody. Look, I just flipped the switch. I don't know nobody here. Look, I just flipped the switch. I don't know nobody here. Look, I just flipped the switch. I don't know nobody here. Look, I just flipped the switch.
I mean, I love and appreciate these videos, especially for this challenge specifically. But yours was my favorite of all time. I'm like, Ryle, how did you even manage to fit into her clothes?
But that tiger print leotard, you guys take a look at this one. It was quite a challenge.
I don't know nobody else is doing this. Body start to drop, babe. Hit the now they wanna know.
How did you manage to fit into her clothes?
I don't know, but I won't lie. It felt really good wearing some tiger print leotard tights. So I think I'm going to roll that over to my next fashion line when winter comes.
I feel like when you do your fitness sessions now, you must do them in that specific tiger print fitness look. I absolutely love it. I mean, it's been absolutely amazing, you know, engaging with South Africans, laughing a little bit, you know, boosting the morale of our country so we can just laugh and joke around. What has been your favorite so far?
Just seeing everybody stand together and come together during such a difficult time. And it's, like you said, it's so awesome to see the cheers coming through, to see that positivity. And I think it was exactly what we've needed to get through these enduring days. So it's been amazing. What was your favorite?
I mean, I've already said it, and I said what I said, period, Ryle. That was my favorite. And obviously, like Robot Boy with him cleaning. I wonder how long it took him to actually finish his chores.
For sure. It was so awesome. But now, with only a week left for South Africans to enter the hashtag #GotGame competition, all you have to do is post a picture or video of yourself on our Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok pages, or comment on the Facebook post with the hashtag #GotGame and tag your game stores, and you could be the winner of a 10,000 Rand game voucher. Woo! And of course, your T's and C's can be found on the ExpressoShow.com, and the competition runs until the 30th of April.
Now remember, the game has you covered with all the essential items that you and your family need. These include groceries, pet food, household cleaning items, hand sanitizers, baby products, and even stationery for your homeschooling needs. But also, just in time for the colder season, the list has expanded to include heaters. If you find any essential products at a cheaper price, make sure to show them online, in store, store and they'll beat the price by 10% on the difference under their price beat promise. And remember, they're open Monday to Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday and Sunday and public holidays from 9 to 3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Try the new Tropica Piña Colada. Smooth.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we are about to keep that flow going. We've got something special going on in the kitchen today. So we've got your lockdown weekend menu sorted with some tasty options and to take you into the island vibes for tomorrow night's Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao repeat at 8 p.m. And how about a Tropica Piña Colada punch? It's quick and easy to make and will keep you smooth all weekend long. And I'm joined by the illustriously beautiful Kukla Adams in the kitchen.
Woo, woo, woo.
Hey,
Yeah.
what do you have prepared for us?
Now, you know what? Because we miss Kat so much, we decided we should bring him in the kitchen with this tropical punch that we're about to make. How's it, Kat? Are you well there, eh? How's lockdown treating you, mate? We can't wait to see you again. Okay, it's very simple, it's very quick, it's very fun. So as you can see that we have our ice cubes here, Ryle. We have our frozen berries. Our frozen berries over there, and nachos, and what's this, lemon.
I like you going with like a little berry infusion over here. I'm imagining any little leftovers that we have, we could probably chuck in here, right?
Absolutely, we definitely can. You can put your strawberries if you want to, or your pineapple, but we've already done that. So we're trying to explore different options and different ways, you know, of using our Beyonce ingredient this morning, which is the Piña Colada.
I love it.
All right, so all we have to do is we're gonna put in our ice cubes in our cute little jars over here. How many ice cubes do you want?
Let's go for 4. 5, actually. We've had 5 days in the week, so let's go for 5 into the weekend.
I love that you say that, so we really do need something refreshing. Okay, I lost count. Is that 5, Ryle? Were you counting there? Okay,
I think
5.
that's good. Looks good.
Looks good. All right, and then obviously we're gonna go in with our mixed berries.
Okay, lovely. Listen, quickly, obviously now, with a few weeks that have gone by, we've been making a lot of these mocktail infusions, right? And these flavors and recipes can be found in expressoshow.com. But I want to challenge you and see if you've been paying attention to all these incredible little fusions that we've been creating in the kitchen. So I have a little question or two for you. And you viewers at home, you can also try and see if you can answer these. Are you ready? You guys ready at home? All right.
Let's go
the first
get
question is, on which island was the Piña Colada invented?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico? That is correct. You guys got that at home, then let me know. Congratulations. Question number 2. What are the 2 main ingredients in Piña Colada?
Of course, it's the coconut and pineapple.
Coconut and pineapple?
Yes.
Oh, that is correct. Congratulations. All right. And then my next question, how long did it take Don Ramon to perfect the recipes?
Yo.
Come on, you gotta get this one.
I get, guys. 2 months?
2 months?
I forgot.
It was close. It was 3 months. It was close.
Close enough.
Close enough. Right, so Don Ramon spent 3 months trying hundreds of combinations.
Wow.
He came up with a sweet, frothy concoction, which is Piña Colada.
Which we are enjoying right now.
Yes,
okay.
It's looking very colorful,
It's looking
by
very
the way.
delicious, very colorful, very cute. You know, if you're hosting people over, well, Maybe not hosting people.
if you're doing a virtual birthday or any sort of celebration.
Like anything you want to do besides visiting people, you can definitely, you know, make this treat for yourself and the rest of the family or your flatmates if you live with other people. And it's absolutely delicious. And this is the final touch.
Beyonce in the building, setting off that weekend.
Katlejo. I love how Katlejo says, welcome to Tropical Island of Treasure, Curacao. I'm going to attempt to do it in his voice.
Oh, yes. Wait, drum roll. Show opening now.
Welcome to Tropical Island of Treasure, Curacao. Today's challenges, we are going to be making the Tropical Pina Colada Punch.
Yes, I love it. It's like I'm literally in the island.
Right? It's like you're about to engage in some challenges. I didn't mean to freak you guys out, okay? I know that my impression of Kat was absolutely amazing. Would you like to have a taste?
Of course, it's about to be the weekend. Why not? Let's do this.
I mean, since you are the gym bunny, the fitness guy,
thank you very much.
When would you drink that?
When would I drink this? Well, let's look at this beautiful drink. We've got our pina colada, of course, and we've got some vitamin C, fiber, infusions from our citrus and the berries. So a post-workout meal, this would be perfect. It's going to replenish those glycogen stores, replenish the energy that we need, and of course, we're going to be doing some more of this later on in the show on our live Facebook Live edition. So stay tuned for more of that magic. But it's time to taste. How was yours?
I am Nandi. I am Nandi's lekker. It's very nice.
Weekend initiated.
Weekend officially open. Weekend officially started. Super refreshing. And you've mentioned that it's the perfect post-workout refreshing kind of drink. And after the show, as Raul has mentioned, he's going to be working out on our Facebook Live, so be sure to join us there.
More of that. So the pina colada flavor is available in your 500 mils and your 2 liters, and you can enter the on-pack promo to stand a chance of winning your share of 1 million rand in prizes. And as you stay safe this weekend, remember to catch the repeat of Tropica Island of Treasure, Curacao, tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Only here on SABC3.
Bluetooth, cheers.
Cheers. Yes.
Find your smooth fortune with Tropica. Buy a Tropica, follow the entry details on the pack, and stand a chance to win your share of 1 million rand in prizes, such as a trip for 2 with KLM to Amsterdam, LG G8X cell phones, LG TVs and dishwashers, guest vouchers, guest watches and accessories, plus the smooth grand prize of a Suzuki Ignis. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you have to win. Tropica, nothing smoother.
Oh man, what a week. It is Friday, and maybe you need some inspiration on this Friday and maybe to kickstart your weekend. Now, last week we turned to the iconic actor Christopher Reeve for some words of wisdom about being the hero you need to get through the COVID-19 crisis. And we're going to get back to it today. Now hailed as the most popular and recognizable actor to take on the larger-than-life role of Superman. Yay, we all need to be a Superman or Superwoman. Many have found strength in the courage with which he lived his life, you know, after being permanently disabled after a horse riding accident. He shared many words of wisdom throughout his life, including the following.
When we have hope, we discover powers within ourselves we may have never known. The power to make sacrifices, to endure, to heal, and to love. Once we choose hope, everything is possible. I don't know why I'm so emotional this week. It's like, you know, reading up on stories, you know, of people, and the lady that I interviewed earlier on who's recovered from COVID-19. It's like, oh, it's warming up my heart. But then coming from someone who's experienced physical trauma, you know, and to say that, you know, when we have hope, we discover powers within ourselves we may have never known. The power to make sacrifices, to endure, and to heal, and to love. Once we choose hope, everything is possible, regardless of your circumstances, regardless of what you've gone through in life.
Absolutely, and hope can also make the biggest difference when the world appears dark. Let's not let the darkness dim the light of our hope. Let's spread positivity. Let's shine our light. For me, my light this week, or a light that was passed on to me, was obviously interviewing Demi Nell Peters. Tebow now, she was beautiful.
So cool.
Kurt Darren was beautiful. But then also PJ Powers, just to have someone of her stature and such a legend to spread that positivity and say, you know what, I come to Expresso and these people you guys all make me smile. No, you make us smile. You give us hope.
Literally.
You make sure that we feel good every day. So that has definitely been such a beautiful message and a message of hope in this time. What about you?
I absolutely just enjoyed the entire week. But obviously, for me, it's the ladies who have recovered from COVID-19. They offer hope. And that was just a great experience, you know, for me personally. But as we say goodbye on your TV screens, come greet us online as we continue the show with the Facebook live stream. Head over to the Expresso Facebook page and catch some more home workout advice.
And remember that together we can defeat this pandemic. And one South African who truly summed up how the world can unite is our very own PJ Powers with her iconic track, Hush Hush.
I've been playing in the rain at Jabolani. I've been holding hands with you at Jabolani. Jabolani. The people sing and dance at Jabolani.
Expresso Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.